What we're doing here at AFC is very exciting, and we want to show it off. We want to showcase what it is we're doing, and this facility allows us to do that. We've recently undergone a pretty large expansion in our headcount, and as a result, we outgrew our existing lab spaces. We needed a place to support our building, testing, refining, and designing leading-edge fuel cell technology. When you come into the labs, into the corridor, you're immediately struck with how good everything looks. The quality is visible. Our staff really enjoy working here. They're very bright and clean and really conducive to doing high-quality, repeatable work.
So it's particularly exciting to see this site develop now. It's got a great engineering heritage. BAE Systems used to be an occupant here, and it's brilliant to see it fully updated now by our fit-out team into a state-of-the-art technical and testing facilities for AFC Energy.
Initially, we were contacted by AFC to come down and have a look at providing some lab furniture for their new facility. We quickly identified that it wasn't fit for purpose to suit the levels of fire protection and the levels of safety that they needed to achieve. So we had to take it back to a level 0 and redesign the whole project.
We selected Klick because of their professionality throughout the bid phase. It was clear to us from the start that they were able to meet and exceed our brief. Liam and his team were always professional in the bid stage, and it was very clear to us that he understood the brief and was able to deliver something which we would be happy with.
The original plan was always to repurpose the old aircraft hangar, which is about 12,000 square feet, into a more modern design lab space, which was more multifunctional for what they needed.
As part of the design process, we produced some mood boards to give AFC an idea of what their lab space could look like. We used our past experience to advise them of what options they could go for to maximise the flexibility so that they ended up with a lab space that was perfectly designed for them.
They got an idea of what they wanted to do and what they wanted to achieve, but they needed guidance from Klick to make sure that they were going down the right route with the health and safety, and also to make the labs functional and working within the building.
One of the main reasons we went with Klick was it was a holistic project managed solution. Klick was able to manage all the subcontractors on site with very minimal input from any AFC Energy staff.
So you would have the testing gases working in Lab A, electricians working in Lab B, plumbers in Lab C. So it was classed as a zone working from a programme point of view. This allowed to minimise downtime and also keep the project on date and on time, really.
Klick was a great partner for this project. From design to making sure that all of the codes and everything were kept, we knew that Klick would make sure that all of those boxes were ticked properly and that we wouldn't have to think about them ourselves.
Klick Technology provided connections for testing gases such as nitrogen and carbon monoxide, which was on the design brief. To allow the testing of gases, we also installed Cat6 cabling, which then allows testing that they're doing on the benching to be then located onto a computer and then back into their office. So we make sure that they could use testing gases within the labs. We make sure that there's minimum of half-hour fire rated sealed rooms with all fire doors to all locations of entrance and to the fire escapes out of each lab was all installed.
One of the key aspects of Klick's proposal was the flexibility of the space. The lab furniture in the new labs has been designed to be modular and relocatable and reconfigurable. This allows us to update our manufacturing methods as and when we need to. The projects we're working on right now might not be the same as the projects we're working on in 6 months or a year or 2 years. But this facility has been designed to grow with us as a company.
Well, Feb entry was a key aspect for us to make sure that if there was testing one product in one lab, then that can't be transferred into another. That's why it's key to make sure that certain staff members can only go in certain labs.
The way that the facility has been designed with a central corridor and observation windows into each lab allows visitors to view processes happening in the lab without disrupting them. The lighting system is efficient in that it only is on in the labs that you're in, which allows us to make sure that we're keeping our operating costs quite low. The labs themselves are very bright, and the lighting was specified to allow our staff to carry out visual inspections without additional lighting in the labs.
Some of our processes are really dependent on the temperature control, and keeping temperature in certain bounds, especially during summer, was really difficult in the past. Since we moved to the new labs, the workflow improved considerably. The material flows were shortened and our processes are now more optimal.
So I feel really proud actually about how this has turned out. When you think we started from literally an empty warehouse and we managed to install a facility now that looks fantastic.
To see this facility here today and see it working and see the guys working in it is just testament to both AFC and to Klick, to what we've done here.
To see how each lab works and watching the technicians doing the testing that they need to in the lab area that we've built is a proud moment for me, to be honest, and I think gives us a massive sense of achievement what we can do from an empty warehouse to fully completed labs.
From concept to design to construction, Klick was able to leverage past experience to deliver a lab space that worked extremely well for us.